Good morning, Chargers fans. We've got some breaking news for you that I'm going to dive into throughout today's episode. Look, we've all been kind of honest. Feels like General Manager Joe Hortiz is waiting. Feels like there's a big move coming. I'm not saying that the big move came right now, but I do think that this is a very important move, and I think it's a very smart move. This is why you subscribe to the channel. Laying down, had my notifications on, trying to get a little extra shut-eye before you got to go into work. News pops up. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler says the Chargers make a signing. I pop right out of bed, and I get a video to you. So that's why you hit that sub button. We're going to have you covered on all of the Chargers news you do not want to miss out on. That news coming from ESPN's Jeremy Fowler. Keaton Mitchell signing with the Chargers for a 2-year, $9.25 million contract with $5 million guaranteed per his source. Max value for that deal is going to go up to $11.25 million. Here is why I think this is a gigantic signing and a very important signing for the Los Angeles Chargers. You are continuing to build that running back room. The Chargers are going to continue to make a strength a strength. Last year, the Chargers, the run game was fine. It was fine. But the offensive line is getting better. The quarterback is going to feel more comfortable because his offensive line is going to be ready to go. Both your tackles are back. More importantly, you've got a better center than what you had there before. Still a little bit confused on the guard situation. Maybe General Manager Joe Hortiz knows more than we do. Very possible. But we all know that Mike McDaniel wants a fast running back in his system. And I'm not here to say that Kimani Vidal is not a fast running back. I'm not here to say that Omarion Hampton isn't a fast running back. But a man like Keaton Mitchell, there are few that can keep up with his speed. He's had 3 years in the National Football League, and while he hasn't been able to get through a full season healthy, it is important to note that he's had some very impressive games. He's had some very impressive runs. The fact that last year he averaged 8.4 yards a carry is absurd. Absurd. The kid is a home run waiting to happen. Now these things, it is important to note, they do take some time, right? So a guy like Keaton Mitchell coming in to this offense, he could really explode as long as he stays healthy. When you look at how Mike McDaniel runs an offense, he wants a really freaking fast running back, and then he wants more of a smooth operator running back. So to me, Keaton Mitchell is going to be your really freaking fast running back. This is kind of along the same lines of a Devon Achane. Now, I'm not here to tell you that Keaton Mitchell is going to be Devon Achane. That would be insane. I'm also not here to tell you that he's not going to be Devon Achane. Devon Achane is known for his speed. That was what he was known coming out of college, but it was, hey, all he does is hit the hole fast and he goes. Well, that's what they did in Miami, and Devon Achane has now become one of the better backs in the National Football League. I think that with Mike McDaniel and his system of offense, Keaton Mitchell, he's going to be able to explode. The big key here is he going to be able to stay healthy? Because that's something that he hasn't been able to do for a majority of his career. If he stays healthy, though, at any play, any moment he touches the football, that's a big play waiting to happen. When you carry the football 47 times in the year of 2023, how many yards should you have? Not almost 400, and he frickin' did. When you look at Keaton Mitchell, the more and more that he's able to stay on the field, the more and more I'm impressed by him. And there is a possibility that because he's taking less carries, because he's taking less hits, there is a chance that he lasts a little bit longer with this LA Chargers team. Now, what I do think will be interesting is how are they going to add him into the receiving game out of the backfield? It does feel like Mitchell is a prime candidate in the Mike McDaniel type of offensive scheme and offensive system to be kind of your screen or quick pass guy with these plays that are really more an extension of the run game. What do I mean by that? There are plays that will have a quarterback throw the football. You'll see it in quick little swing passes, or you'll see it in quick little bubble screens. You'll see it in some screen passes that essentially to the offense are what are called long handoffs. And what a long handoff is essentially, one player is going to get the football. Everyone knows you're throwing the ball to the running back, so everyone is designed to be blocking for said running back. Mike McDaniel really likes to exploit this type of scheme, really likes to exploit this type of system. This is a prime reason, I believe, why Keaton Mitchell is coming in. Because Keaton Mitchell, if you get him in space, he is going to make people miss. He is going to run away from people. He is going to run by people. Now, I'm not saying that you have a three-headed monster in LA, but you have three running backs now that I feel very comfortable with the football in their hands. Keaton Mitchell, you got to find a way to keep him healthy, but if he stays healthy, I think that kid is very freaking special. Omarion Hampton, when he stays healthy, got to find a way to keep him healthy. I think he's freaking special. Kimani Vidal, got to find a way to get the football in his hand. But to sit here and say that he's not a damn good running back in the National Football League would be incorrect. So the more and more that you go through this Chargers offense, the more and more that you go through what the Chargers are doing, the moves that they're making, the more and more I feel comfortable with what everything is happening in LA. I think that the Chargers understand what it's going to take for them to win a Super Bowl. And I believe that they're continuing to go out and making these depth signings. Look at the Seattle Seahawks last year. They are the reigning Super Bowl champions. Did they make a single big splash move other than signing for Sam Darnold? And the only reason that he was a big splash move is because he's a quarterback. That's it. So when you look at all the other moves that they made, there were a lot of quiet day 2, day 3, day 4, 5, 6, 2 weeks later down the line in NFL free agency. And they signed a lot of guys on the cheaper end, whether they were scrap heap pile guys, guys who couldn't make it at the last spot, guys who were dealing with some injury issues, older guys looking to hang on. And they built a roster that had no weak points. That's what the Chargers are doing. And while I don't think it's big, I don't think it is as sexy as maybe we might have wanted it to be, it is clear that the Chargers are making moves. And they still have some money left over. So there's still some extensions that could come down the line. There's still a possibility for a big trade or another big move. Although I'll tell you right now, I don't know that I see a big move or a big trade coming. It feels like general manager Joe Hortiz is building this thing in a very similar image to the team that just won the Super Bowl. Last thing on the Keaton Mitchell signing, by the way, with that speed, you can also potentially use him as a returner. Now, he hasn't done much punt returning, but he has done some kick returning, especially in the new style. It is a little bit easier to get a speedy running back there. Sometimes it's more of an advantage to get a speedy running back there returning kicks for you. So he is someone that can add into the kick return game as well. Very explosive player. Anytime that you get the ball in his hands, good things are going to happen. So find different ways to get the ball in his hands, but also find different ways to limit him from taking big hits. Keaton Mitchell, he doesn't need to run the ball in the A-gaps. You need to find ways to get him outside on the edge, and you need to find ways to get him moving east and west so that he can get north and south against some of these smaller defensive players. He doesn't need to get hit in the interior. Chris Jones doesn't need to come in and smack him around. Let him get hit by the corners and by the safeties. That is the big news of the day. Go down below in the comment section and grade the Keaton Mitchell signing A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know what your opinion is on that. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a sneaky B+. It's a sneaky B+ because Keaton Mitchell, he's a dang good running back, but not a lot of people realize that because of all the different injuries that he has had to fight through. I believe that him coming to LA with this Charger squad is only going to make this team better. The other question I got for you, what is your one-word reaction to the Keaton Mitchell signing? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'm telling you right now, my word, fantastic. I think it's a fantastic signing, and the Chargers are going to be very happy, and they are going to be very successful with this signing as long as injuries do not become an issue. Thank you guys so much for viewing today's video. Make sure you hit that sub button. We always really appreciate it. The minute that there's big breaking news, we're going to get it out to you. Thank you guys so much for viewing today's video, and bolt up.